Okay, so I have been taking some classes. I'm still a student. I'm actually almost done with my first year. What the hell's wrong with me? Not my first year. Oh, I need chunks. Chunks! Andre, why didn't you tell me this? Okay, I'll just upgrade this dagger a little bit. Yes, this dagger will come in handy. There's actually a very good reason why I'm using that dagger. Damn. I don't want to go farm, but this is a funny story. Tell you what. New idea. I do need chunks. Chunks will make this whole thing much easier on me. And I know where the chunks are, but this is going to be very risky, everybody. So tell you what. Here's what we're going to do. You and I. This isn't farming, this is me telling a story while we go and kill some enemies. And I'm only going to do this once. I'm only going to go down into this horrible pit of skeletons one more time while I tell this funny story. And either when I die or when I finish the story, that's when we got to get the hell out of there no matter how many chunks I do or do not have. Okay? Okay. So, I am almost done with community college. If you are not aware of what community college is in the United States, it's kind of like a junior college. It's not university, but it's not remedial. It's just for people who don't have the money to immediately jump into expensive universities, because in the United States, universities are extremely expensive, especially if you don't have very good grades. And you don't get any financial aid. This stuff will just bleed you dry, especially if you're like a medical student or something, which I am thankfully not. You can get literally into hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt that you will repay for a very long time. And there's a very sad system with the American education system where even though you can go to school for a long time and get your degree, you are not guaranteed to get a job afterwards, which is fucked up and sad in a lot of ways. But I'm taking a class right now. This is one of my last two classes that I need to take for me to be done with community college. Once I'm done with community college, then I will essentially have an associate's degree, which is the lowest form of college degree that you can have, but it's a college degree, so I'm pretty freaking happy about that. It's taken me a long time, a very long time to earn this degree because of different life situations that I'll get to later. I had to move. Just a lot of unfortunate stuff happened to me, unfortunately. And I had to deal with that, so I couldn't afford to go to college all the time, so I had to take some time off to afford just basic necessities and to have a roof over my head and stuff like that. It's been a journey. So I'm incredibly pleased that I've made it this far in my educational career. I didn't even think that I would make it to college. I never thought that I would. When I was in high school, I just thought, I'll go to high school, get it done, boom, bam, I'm out of there. I'm a ghost. I'm gone. But that's just not how it worked out. When I tried to find jobs, it became more and more apparent to me that I got to get my shit in order. So I'm in two classes right now. I'm in British literature, 18th century British literature to be exact. We're reading Beowulf right now. Or to be perfectly honest, I should be reading Beowulf right now, but instead I'm killing skeletons for their chunks, rather than reading about thanes and so on and so forth. Thankfully, Skyrim has associated me a little bit with some Nordic lingo, so when they said thane, I was like, hey, I kind of know what this is. Look at that. Video games educated me at a college degree, at a college level. Good for us. Look at that. Validation of all kinds. But the funny part of this story comes from my other class, which is Introduction to Neuroscience. That's right. Introduction to Neuroscience, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pretty basic class. We're just talking about the cerebral cortex and the hippocampus and the thalamus and the hypothalamus and where everything is and the meninges and all that. I'm sure if you've taken even the most basic of brain structure class, you'll know kind of what I'm talking about. And we're only in the beginning stages. Oh my god. We're only at the beginning stages right now. The class has only been going on for about a week. Shit. No, they're guarding my chunks. Can I do this? This is gonna require some pickpocketing. No, that's not what I wanted, you bastard. I'm just gonna have to run off the edge. I don't want to run off the edge, that's too tall. Fuck. One head. Typical. Okay, fine. I think I got one chunk out of that, and it was out of a treasure chest, and I lost 2 twin humanities. Life does indeed mimic art. Fascinating. Andre, please. Stop with the banging. Oh god, I don't have... Oh my god, I dropped all those souls! Oh, goodness. Squish, squash, shut up. Dagger. Shield. Save it for later. Wait, no. I have to do something. Okay. I'm just gonna keep talking. You know, this is what I was saying earlier, where I was too busy strategizing when I should just be telling you stories. And don't worry about what's happening on screen. Don't worry, stuff is happening. We've beaten a boss. It's fine. We've only been going on for about an hour now, and I've already beat a boss. No, you do not, Missy. Maybe I should kill the princess. Maybe I just should. That's a fun animation. Bloop, 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 bloop. So, anyway, neuroscience class. It's great. We're learning about the brain. The teacher actually gave me a really good line to use to make me sound really smart. Get this, and you can use this too. As a matter of fact, I'll stand by these scholars while I say it. Is the human brain intelligent enough to understand something so as complex as itself? Ho ho. Ho ho. Or maybe it was, can the human brain possibly understand something as complex as itself? If we want to get really proper with our, grammatical quotations. And I would say yes, we can. The human mind is a wonderful thing. As a matter of fact, what's so freaking crazy about the human mind is that your brain is so large that it had to fold in on itself in order to fit in your skull, because your skull doesn't expand, so your brain has to fold in on itself. That's why your brain is all lumpy, why it has hills and valleys, because your brain is so intelligent that it had to fold. Isn't that fascinating? Now, what's the best part about this class is some of the questions we get. Oh my god, the questions we get in this class are the best. Just, I don't mean to sound smug, but man oh man, are some of these questions just... It really makes you wonder how many folds some of these guys have, and in particular, one fellow asked a question that was so stunningly brilliant that I just have to talk about it here. So, we were on the subject of, you know what, why don't I just spend all my souls with you? I really don't see why not. It's not like I'm spending my souls on leveling up, for God's sakes. We were talking about the skull and how it protects our brain and how your brain is floating in fluid right now. That's right, your 3-pound brain is floating in fluid, like a brain in a jar. That's why you don't really feel how heavy your brain is. If it wasn't the case and you just had to like support your brain, it would feel a lot worse. Let's see. How many more can I... Yes. This should be good. Very good. Yes. Perfect. Reinforce armor. Get me... Oh wait, didn't I rolled a 1! Ah, I'm so silly, I have to take off my hat. That's right. Perfect. I was gonna put on the Katarina helm. Okay. I'm sorry, folks. I rolled a 1 and I didn't take my helmet off. I'll take it off right now. Forgot. I was so wrapped up, so entranced in my little talking business. Let's go with this one. And take off these pants and instead put on these ones. No, my leggings! No, my other pants! Okay, fine, we'll just put on, wandering pants. Yes, perfect! So, I'm sorry I forgot you guys on hooks and needles. Or pins and needles, oh my god, hooks and needles. No. This guy asked about the skull, and he said, and I quote, I'm quoting here, he said, "So teach." And the teacher is a really nice lady. She's like really short, really tan. She isn't like a soccer mom. She strikes me as more like a volleyball mom. You know, she's really, really tan and really, really strong looking, but like in a sinewy, kind of ropey muscle kind of way. She's a doctor, PhD and all that, and I have a lot of respect for her. And she smiles a lot, which I can really appreciate in a teacher. And when she laughs, she like squints her eyes a little bit. You know those kind of people who laugh like that, where they laugh and squint their eyes a lot. Nice lady. Really like her. Let's see. Daughter of Chaos, Depths, Sunlight Altar, Sanctuary Garden. Where is it? Daughter of Chaos, Abyss, Depths. Aw, are you kidding me? Abyss. I gotta... Fine. We'll go try and take care of this boss post-haste. Anyway, so she's a nice lady, and I didn't anticipate the response that she was going to give. Essentially, he asked, "So teach. You hear all the time in the news about these football guys. They get in accidents. You know, they play football so long, and they squish their heads around so much that they go crazy sometimes. They kill their families, or they kill themselves, or they just behave in weird ways because, you know, their brain is getting trauma." And so he goes, "So teach, eventually, will humans evolve to the point where we don't get those injuries no more? Like, will humans just evolve a thicker skull so that our brains don't get as damaged while playing football?" And she said, "Well, that's not really how it works. You see, it's taken us millions of years so far to develop our skulls the way they are right now." He's like, okay. She said, "What's more likely to happen is we're not going to grow helmets around our skulls. We're just going to continue to wear protective gear. We'll, you know, develop better protective gear so that we don't result in those head injuries." And he's like, okay. And she goes, "In reality, what is probably going to happen is those people who get head injuries like that will most likely die before they are able to reproduce, and they will naturally select themselves out of the gene pool." Yes, this lady literally just said, you are going to die before you have children, and you're not going to be continuing on in this wonderful little stream of life that we have. And the whole class erupted into, "Oh, damn!" Because she inadvertently burned the hell out of this guy. She's like, "We're not going to grow helmets." Oh, you're just going to die. And anybody who sustains these injuries is going to naturally select themselves out. And then she kind of caught herself and was like, "But natural selection is a really long process, so don't worry about it right now." Oh god, I love that class. Oh, she doesn't hold back. I mean, she'll kind of try to cushion the blow a little bit, but when she has a response for you, you just kind of have to accept it. It's great. And don't think I forgot about putting on this ring. I'm not that stupid. Not that stupid yet, I would like to say. And yes, the reason why I came back this way rather than taking the shortcut is because I want to check to see if a friend of mine is back. If he's here. Potentially. So, I'll keep you updated on these fun little moments from this class because she's just the best. I love her. Oh, God. That is a response that I will treasure for the rest of my life. She did tell us another interesting story, though, because she's, you know, a psychologist, a brain... Well, I'm sorry, not a psychologist. She's a behavioral therapist, I think it's technically called. So she does a lot of research about the brain. He's not here! Solaire! Yes, it was Solaire that was supposed to get fucked up, and he did not. He's not even here. I don't know why I'm even attempting to find you, Solaire, you silly, rotten pumpkin of a man. Yes, and I did call Solaire a rotten pumpkin because when you first see him, he's got kind of this weird appearance. You know, you're like, hey, this guy's kind of kooky, crazy, endearing, much like a jack-o'-lantern's face. You know, hey, someone took some time to perfectly craft this guy into an endearing but kind of spooky image of companionship. You know, you can tell there's something a little bit off. You know, his teeth are a little mangled, or he's got a creepy laugh. And then when you see him again, he's kind of settled in, you know, the pumpkin has started to die. And by this point in the game, the pumpkin is rotting from the inside out. He is under some intense turmoil. And it's up to us to either help or hinder his advances into the great Pumpkin King's court. And in this case, I really was trying to help you, Solaire, but it would seem as if I have not carried you too far. I did not progress your quest line enough, and you are now smashed on the side of the road somewhere, left unremembered, unloved, and probably being picked apart by some kind of animal at this point, but who even would want such a rotten meal for subsistence? So that's what happened to Solaire. Lovely. Damn, that root beer's good. Oh, I gotta check off my little story. Let's see. Where was it? Ah, right here. The football guy in neuroscience. Oh, but I was going to tell another story that she said. This one's not as funny. Basically, in the 80s, in San Jose, which is another town that I've been to, they have a really, really, really depressing flea market there. My God. I don't know how many flea markets you guys have been to, but just, have you ever seen somebody who's essentially begging for money for their garbage? That's what this flea market was like. Just broken toys from the 90s that no child will ever love again, laid out on a carpet, selling for $4.55, while eyes stare at you pleadingly. Please take this crap so I can go and buy new toys for my kids. This is all that we do. We come here every week and always lay out the same toys. Please, somebody buy this. And I would occasionally indulge. Actually, to be perfectly honest, that was actually a really good flea market in terms of finding cool stuff, because I found a Japanese copy of Metal Gear Solid 1 for the PlayStation 1. I don't know what the hell it was doing there. It was this one lady she was like 25, just selling random stuff. And she just, in the middle of this bric-a-brac, had a Japanese copy of Metal Gear Solid 1 with like every disc and every insert and everything, and she sold it to me for $5. I don't know what was going on. God, you just make a creepy-ass sound, too. Whatever that thing is. I don't like it. Really don't like it. Okay. We got a little distracted there with Solaire and the Twinklings. But we got more armor now, so we're feeling fine. This will prevent us from dying. So, yeah, San Jose, sorry. I got off on another tangent, which happens far too often. And yes, I'm not falling down in there. Look at that. How devious is that? Not gonna happen here, bucko. Instead, we're gonna go finish up another friend's quest line. Ooh, but not if you're coming in here. We only have room for one fatty in here. Get out of here. My friend, it's me! The Invisible Gunslinger, #1. Hello, hello. Let's just equip some poison resistance first. Look at those things. The fat bastard is sleeping on me. I should just go in there and kill them all. It's tempting. Wait a minute, that's right! Pyromancy! I have pyromancy, everybody. No, I don't have any fireballs. You know what? We're going back. We're going back to Kelly, back. A brilliant moment of inspiration. Great fireball. Yes, please. And, wow, I've gotten a lot more spells than I thought I would. Oh, wait a minute. I bet you're just waiting for me to forget to equip that ring. And I've done it before. And I've just ran out here and died. And it's been frustrating. So, San Jose, neuroscience teacher. Yes, she told us that back in the 80s, there was a new kind of drug hitting the street in San Jose. People were coming into the hospital, 20 and 30-year-olds, mostly young 20-year-olds, maybe even some teenagers, and they were coming into the San Jose hospital, and they were showing signs of paralysis, intense paralysis. They could not move at all. Like, at all. Their friends would bring them in and say, oh my god, I don't know what happened. Billy over here is, like, freaking out. He can't move. I don't even know if he could move his mouth. Is he dead? What's going on? And they had this outbreak of strange paralysis going on. And it turns out it was a quote-unquote new drug, a new type of heroin, but it wasn't heroin. It was, oh, I've got it in my notes. Do I have my bag here? No, I don't have... Oh my god, don't look behind you. No, I looked behind me to see if my bag was here, but I don't think I carried it in. Hold on, let me get to a safe spot and see if it's in my room. It was this new kind of drug. You know, it doesn't matter. I won't tell you. You know what, I'm not going to tell you what kind of drug it is. That way you guys won't be tempted to go and inject it into yourself. Yeah, because if you do, this new kind of drug that isn't new, it's just... It was something other than heroin. It killed all the dopamine cells in their brains. All of it. Every bit of it. And that caused a quick and intense paralysis that is permanent. These kids, these guys will never move again without injections. They have some medicine that they can take to alleviate the symptoms, but they have to take it every 4 hours for the rest of their life. Yeah, I remember that very clearly from my neuroscience teacher. She was like, these guys are fucked up. She literally said that too. She's like, that's the wonderful difference between college. Oh my god, that guy fell down. That's the wonderful difference between college and high school. Teachers don't mind saying these people are fucked up. They'll spit the truth right at you. Speaking of truth spitting, let's see if I can do something very delicate here. Don't wake him up. That hit anybody? It didn't. How disturbing. I'm gonna go down there, because I don't want you to get killed, my dear friend. This is gonna be risky. Here we go. Back off. Back off, you beasts. Run away. Ooh. Drink away. Yeah, there's poison down here. As if, you know, it wasn't obvious by what these things are that there's some kind of horrifying poison in here. They can kill me pretty easy, too. If I recall correctly, these things are fairly strong. Here we go. You know what I should have done? That's what I should have done. I knew there was another opportunity to use that ring. But will I get an opportunity to use it? Fuck. 5. Ring slot number 1. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, it's a good thing I didn't die while wearing the, Ooh, that could have been bad. If I was wearing the orange charred ring and I rolled it, oh my goodness, that could have been bad. Okay, so no more Havel's ring. Shit. Well, doesn't that just beat all? What if I just did this? Okay. Do I have the ring on? Yes. Okay, I have got a new idea, a new plan. Don't worry, it's going to be a good one. Yeah, it's going to be a real humdinger. But while we're walking over there, I'll check off that story. Check. People got dopamine poisoning, and they are all paralyzed forever. Goody. Let's do a work story next. I've done a school story. I've done a personal story with the whole YouTube thing. Here's a fun work story. So,